One thing I see come up all the time when business owners are dealing with debt is this constant pressure to react to it, right? It usually sounds something like, it's all good. High season starts in June, so it's okay if the credit card carries a debt until then. I'll just deal with it when things pick up. Now I get it. I know why it sounds logical. I get that. But what's actually happening underneath that, right? You're constantly reacting to your business instead of planning for it. That's really what it comes down to. Because high season comes, debt feels manageable. So spending loosens. That's just the way it is. And then slow season hits, cash gets tight, stress spikes, and the credit card fills the gap again. That's the cycle that just keeps repeating. And don't get me wrong, this is not because you're bad with money. It's because you've been stuck in reaction mode. Hi, I'm Jenna Mercredi, and I help Canadian small business owners make sense of their numbers so they can make better decisions about their time, their pay, and their profits. And on this channel, we talk about all the money stuff that most small business owners were never taught. But before we get into that, if you're trying to get a handle on your debt, I've got a free debt reduction calculator linked below. It'll help you map out your current debt, create a plan to pay it off, and actually see what consistency looks like instead of guessing your way through it. Now, when I'm working with clients and we get to the point where we need a debt reduction plan, the most important conversation we have isn't how fast we pay it off, even though I know we all want to. Yes, I'm going to show them the long-term plan, and I'm going to show them what it looks like to be debt-free. It might take 1, 2, maybe 3 years. But the real conversation isn't how fast, it's how do we get them out of reaction mode? Because the goal isn't just to sustain the business, it's also to sustain you, because your nervous system matters here. Now, I know sustainable sounds boring, but in business, boring is actually what you want. I know. A boring, predictable plan removes that constant pressure to react, and it allows your business to handle both the high seasons and the slow seasons without putting you back into the same cycle. Because what I don't want is this. You throw everything at your debt during the high season, and then nothing happens during the slow season, right? Then you're just back to reacting, you're falling behind, and you're using debt to catch up. That's the cycle we're trying to get out of. That's why I'm a big believer in choosing a debt payment that your business can handle every single month, even in the slower times. Because when you choose your extra payment to Snowball, it needs to work in both the high season and the low season. And that's the key, because what you're trying to eliminate here is the spike, right? So instead of throwing everything at it in high season, nothing happens in low season, we're trying to create consistency so that you're no longer reacting. Instead, you're following a plan. And yes, of course, when the high season hits, if you still have the debt, you can absolutely add more to your Snowball payment. There's nothing wrong with putting extra money toward debt when the cash flow allows. But the difference is this. When you're doing that, it's because you're doing it intentionally, adding to a plan instead of reacting to the problem. Now, I understand the Snowball method is not going to be the fastest on paper, but here's what it does do. It builds momentum, it does show you progress, and it helps you stay consistent without burning out. And consistency is what gets you out of reaction mode. Because the reality is there's no point having money sit in a savings account while you're growing debt on the other side, right? Money works best when it's organized with intention, not optimism. And when you approach your debt this way, something really important happens. The business stabilizes, your decisions get calmer, and that constant pressure to react starts to just disappear, right? You stop living in that loop of, I'll deal with it later, because that's what got you here. And that's what we're actually doing here, right? We're not chasing quick wins. We're not reacting to every season, but we're building something steady enough to support your real life long term. That's what it's all about. So if this resonated with you, I encourage you to download my debt reduction calculator linked in the description box below. So that's what I have for you today. If you like what you're hearing, then I encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any more upcoming videos. Again, my name is Jenna Mercredi, and I'll catch you in the next video.